Welcome to an example in which we are trying to find the infinite sum. So there's that infinity for this series listed right here. Dot, dot, dot. Okay, so for infinite, we look back at the notes. Here's the notes for this exam. You'll notice right there, S sub infinity. There's the infinite. This is a geometric sequence. And there's the formula a1 over 1 minus r. But there's an important note there. For a sum of an infinite number of terms may only be used when r is between -1 and +1. When r is greater than or equal to 1 or less than or equal to -1, then infinite sum diverges. So we got to check that. Okay, so it's talking about a1 over 1 minus r. So let's go back here. So a1, that's the first term. The second one's a2, the third one's a3, right? So we got to find that, and then we got to find r, because it talks down here about whether r's, between -1 and +1 or greater than 1 or less than -1. What's r? How do you get r? Well, right here. R is the ratio of the second term, meaning a sub 2, over the first term, a sub 1. So I go, oh, okay. So r is a sub 2 over a sub 1. It's the 0.6 over the -3. Right? So, okay, now let's get that in our calculator. 0.6 over -3. So I'm going to go to the calculator. So 0.6 divided by -3. There we go. It's negative 0.2. See the answer over there? Negative 0.2. That's my R value. Negative 0.2. Okay. So let's go back to it. Negative 0.2. Yeah. So, okay, so that's R. Now, we're supposed to check, is that between -1 and +1? Yes, for sure it is. Let me show you if you're unclear on that. On a number line, suppose this is -1, this is +1, zeros here. Negative 0.2 is about, it's about right there. It's definitely between -1 and +1 for the R value. So may only be used. So that's good. So we can use that formula. If that R was bigger than 1, was out here, or less than -1, then we just say diverges and we're done. But or DNE does not exist and we'd be done. But it's in there. So it's between -1 and +1, so we can use the formula. So let's do it. So the S sub infinity, adding these up forever, dot, 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 for infinity, is going to equal, according to that formula, a1 over 1 minus r. So a1's right here, a3 over 1 minus, and what is r? We just found it, negative 0.2. Let me rewrite that because that got a little sloppy. Negative 3 over 1 minus negative 0.2. So that equals negative 3 over 1 plus 0.2. In other words, negative 3 over 1.2, right? Because the double negative right there became plus, so watch out for that. So let's go put that in our calculator. Negative 3 over 1.2. So negative 3 divided by 1.2. There it is, negative 2.5. See the answer over there, negative 2.5. So we go back, we say, okay, S sub infinity, this is negative 2.5. And that, in fact, is the answer that was there from the beginning. And so that's how we do it. So again, you got to find the R value, which is A2O, which is the second term over the first term. Divide those, get your R value. And then you got to make sure that's between -1 and +1. That's a 0.2. So yeah, 20 cents is between Negative 20 cents is between negative $1 and positive $1. So yeah. So as long as it is, if it is, you can only use the formula when R is between -1 and +1. So if the R is bigger than 1 or less than -1, bigger than $1 or less than $-, then you just say DNE does not exist because it diverges, meaning it goes off to infinity. So what that R is, that's the ratio, meaning it's what's being multiplied every time. So every time this multiplies by whatever R came out to be, right here, -0.2. So every time they're taking 3 times 0.2 makes 0.6 times -0.2 is -0.12, etc. That's what they're multiplying by every time. And if you add those up forever, you'll get A1 over 1 minus R. You'll get -3 over 1 minus -0.2. Comes out to be -2.5. There we go.